Alright, hello and welcome back, fellow battle strategists. We're here again in Europathaw. Oh my god, we got 24 militia. Oh, that's what we wanted. Militia are great. Look at that. Our unrest is gonna go down. 4 points, 4 points. Yeah, that's gonna be good. Happiness is starting to finally rise. Fortunately, worker happiness isn't too terrible, and our loyalty hasn't dropped to 0. When your loyalty hits 0, you basically... That's when you're in bad shape. Loyalty is what you really need to not have drop. Oh my god, I hate show single tiles, yes. Alright, that will get us more fuel. We will just pour in our colonists. We will always have lots of workers everywhere. 11k here, 4.5, 22, 5, okay, well, you know what we're gonna do? We'll do that, and we'll get recycling there, and I think we can simultaneously get recycling here.
Order received.
Might work. We might not have enough points.
Roger that.
We'll build some ammo. Fulda is to be conquered. Okay, so if you say no to this, you will lose Fist. Her Fist is low enough that I'd consider just dropping it and flip-flopping into mind, but I know that if I do that, what is our cabinet? You like Fist. You don't mind, you don't care about Fist. You're just militia. You're commerce. What's our governor? Government. We could flip-flop into Fist. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to move away from Fist, but I'm tempted to because it's so hard to raise it, and we're just going to fail that mission. We take the merit.
Order received.
We always take the merit. Painful merit. Where is Fulda? Fulda is 9038. Where's 9038? That's not Fulda, which means it's over here. Or, no, it's over... What the hell are you asking me to do? It's over here? Maybe it's so far this way that it wraps around. Yeah, it's so far this way. This is what we're moving towards. Yep. Okay. 90, 37. So it's there. That's their city. Yeah, we can absolutely take that. That's a bit further south than I would have thought it to be, but...
Affirmative.
Alright, and they like us more, which is probably good. I don't hugely care, but it matters in some respect. We'll put you... Don't. Oh, we're not built. You stand there so that doesn't get through. This situation is a stalemate, and that's fine. And these guys are fighting, which is also fine. And this makes me nervous. This entire situation up here makes me nervous. They just have a little bit too much on our borders, and it does make me a bit uneasy. 'Cause like, if they were like, hey, let's snipe your supply lines and cut you off, our response would be, you know, okay, we're going to put these up forward so that if they attack, it slows them down. Because if we put them back here, they could blitz, attack, take our supply line. If we put them up here, they could attack, push us back, and then they'd have to attack again, which is unlikely because the battle cost, the AP cost of the battle would be quite high. Yeah, but if they tried to blitz us, it could be very, very painful for us. We need a unit here to be comfortable, but I don't know that I care to commit that thoroughly.
Roger that.
Fuel's in a perpetual state of shortage. Do we have an economic council? We don't. We do need one. Should we make one? What are these doing? We have a model design, interior. So we're building up our leader pool right now is what we're doing. And if we check for reserve pool leaders, and we search by capability, and we search by intelligence, which are the two biggest things, we have only 2 pages of leaders. That's not good. I want like 5, and I'd prefer a few of them to be 5 in capability as well. That said, we should probably flip-flop into the Economic Council anyways.
Affirmative.
Economic Council, we can always replace the leaders, and we kind of are hitting a point where we really need stuff. Get some juniors, get some military officers. We won't get the docile AI. It's good, but we won't get it. Yeah. Yep, fuel shortages. Fuel shortages hurt, and I don't really want to invest I don't want to invest our IP into producing units, even though we could use units, right? We could use some eastern troops here. We could use a more secure supply line because, yeah. So we could use units basically all over our territory because I kind of trust our northern neighbor that we fought, but I also kind of don't because look at that border pressure. And maybe he's just got troops because we've got troops. But it's a little bit more offensive for him to have troops because this is our city. So, but you know, he probably won't attack us, I think, hopefully. Yeah, so okay. Reducing the armor on your tanks. You can do it, but the issue is, okay, if you want to make your tanks cheaper, the reason recon buggies don't work very well, why buggy rushes don't work very well, is because they have too little firepower. 50 millimeters of armor is enough, though, if you're cautious, and if you aren't taking tough engagements. You might have to take tough engagements, though, as, like, if you're fighting a major regime, because their troops they're using proper troops, they're not using militia. If you could quickly rush better machine gun tech, you might be able to make an armored buggy rush more viable. But buggies don't scale as well into the future because you can get vehicles that are better than buggies that basically make buggies obsolete. I'm not sure if buggies are... I'm not sure if buggies have some advantage that makes their life expectancy all that good going forward, because once you get quad machine guns, you get quad machine gun vehicles, and quad machine gun vehicles are like, they have at least as much recon as buggies, but a lot more firepower. So I'm skeptical about the long-term life of a buggy, whereas armored units like proper armor, light tanks, and assault guns will always be useful in the future, especially assault guns because they're cheap. The times you wouldn't want to armor an assault gun. If you are making an assault army, you don't need to armor your assault gun, because assault armies are supported heavily by infantry, and the infantry soak a lot of hits, and if you have a high durability assault gun, it's like the armor is largely wasted because most of the hits aren't going at the assault gun, and you'll find you can't be super aggressive with assault armies unless your infantry are strong, because if the infantry rout, then the assault guns rout. That said, also, the type of assault army you need to do that is I think a heavy assault army, which can be kind of awkward to unlock using the staff council. The regular assault army uses light tanks, I believe. Or maybe it's called the light assault army, I'm not sure. Not certain on that. Oh, we don't have machines. Oh, we were foolish. Also, we don't have enough workers.
Roger that.
Surprising no one.
Roger that.
Alright, we're colonized. Shove in the workers. Not that. This.
Order received.
So if we check though, so we put in 1100, so we recruited 600. Taking workers from population. Workforce increased with 600 due to taking workers from population. Recruited 100 colonists from work. Okay, so we lost so he gained 500. We impaired him a little bit, but we overall added a lot more. Looks like we're pushing them back. Tile a turn is not or you use the Blitz doctrine. This is why Blitz is so good. With Blitz, these assault guns could probably attack twice a turn. So we could hit both of these spots, or we could push through one into the next. Yeah, so Blitz is a little bit dangerous. You're at risk of losing your unit. Well, actually, Blitz reduces your defense, which is your counterattack. So I guess technically, if it's reducing your counterattack value, Blitz isn't threatening to destroy your vehicles, except insofar as it's reducing the number of hits and kills you're scoring. So it's just causing the enemy to not break as quickly. So okay, that's an interesting way of looking at things. I suppose if that's the case, then if you're confident the enemy's not going to be able to to mess you up, then maybe you should just Blitzkrieg. We got Blitzkrieg, actually. And it's not enough, but maybe it's not enough because we're short on fuel. It could also just be that the minus 80% move mod is keeping us from doing that. I guess light tanks would be able to blitz, or these are lights. And they are in the HQ, so maybe with the light tanks we can attack twice in a turn. That would be good to do double attacks. We're definitely guarding that. We don't want that to get beat up. Unrest, yay, it rises because of events, but it's mostly dropping. I don't know, was it last turn it rose? I'm not sure. Yeah, stalemate on the east, stalemate, holding still. Stalemates are beneficial for us, though. We don't really want more than that. These roads indicate that there's one or more settlements up here. Do we have Economic Council? Good, yes. Okay. Economic Council Director needs, what do they need? What do they need? Sixth Sense is a really good skill. It adds a random bonus of 1 up to half of its value, so it'd be the effective score is 48, so it'd be 1 to 24 is added to any other skill roll. This guy's real good. Yeah, we'll make him Economic Council Director. Sixth Sense is, it sounds like an amazing skill. Maybe there's something that I'm missing that makes it less good, but it sounds pretty great. And you know what we'll do? We really only care about researching power plants right now with him. Maybe hospitals, but we'll accidentally get hospitals anyway. So, and the reason I say that is because every time I want power plants, I get hospitals instead. So actually, barracks, university, hospital, those are all structures that do effectively the same thing. They boost your quality of life rating because hospitals add health, barracks add security, and universities add education. We really want the solar energy. We don't want the power plant if we can help it. Power plants are good as a supplement, but not as a primary source of stuff. Yeah, so they'll boost one of these 4 categories. And then the quality of life score is the average of all of these categories, averaged again with the worst category. And that will help raise our happiness. So we kind of want one of them, but mostly we want the power plant before our... Well, actually, we kind of want one of those facilities right now. The power plant's going to be, the solar power plant is going to be important because once our industry starts building up, we're going to have power shortages and our power will start to tick down to 0, and then we want to get power production before that happens. Also, we're going to need a ton of solar power in order to use energy weapons. Not that we're anywhere near that, mind you, but once we start using energy weapons, they consume power instead of ammunition, which is interesting. And what we might do is, because it takes 1 turn to build the first level of the power plant, is we might just blanket a lot of our roads in power plant, in solar panels. So it's like solar panel, solar panel, solar panel on each of the road tiles. I know the higher level ones might end up being more efficient, maybe. The structures tend to work that way in this game, but if it builds in a turn, then it's more of a solution we can apply as necessary, and it's not hugely desirable to build the big solution so many turns in advance if we can hold off on that and use our resources elsewhere. Yeah, with the 3 battalions on the front, I think we'll advance quickly. I'm tempted to push the light tanks and to try to blitz with them forward because they do have the blitz command, and they should be a bit faster than the assault guns. This worries me a little. Not like a ton. Probably what we'll see is a nice, lovely, the major regime pushes this minor one back eventually to their settlement. But I don't really want this major guy to be encircling us here. That doesn't sound hugely pleasant. And we don't really want to fight him right now because it would just expand the size of the front we're fighting on so massively that we would be in a very tight spot. We'd have to produce a whole bunch of MG infantry to shore up our defenses, and we don't really want MG infantry because MG infantry don't get upgraded to quad machine gun infantry, and quad machine gun infantry are kind of, by my interpretation, just better machine gun infantry, so we'd rather be using them if we could help it. Alright, well, I'm going to call this video here. We will be back next time, and I'll catch you then.